Okay, I'm just waiting this to start and I'll proceed, guys. It is on now. Let's log in. So you know how to do. You go input, keyboard, insert Control Alt Delete. My standard password, you know it already. Okay, we started it. This computer will ever have internet, okay? Because one of the interfaces is directly connected to internet through the NAT, okay? And it will always ping internet, and it will ping it by name as well. And we're gonna prove this as soon as we do ipconfig. We're gonna see all the settings, and we're gonna know why. Okay, so the first thing while I'm waiting the server manager to open is to open the CMD as well, and to do the ping. Here it is, the command prompt. And actually what I'm gonna do with it, I could move this on the top, just you guys to see it even better. And I'm gonna pin it to the taskbar, right click on it, and I'm gonna do pin, so this thing to be all the time on the taskbar. Taskbar is this line on the top, that's how they call it. So right click on this, and I'm gonna pin to the taskbar. Now it's in the CMD, I'm gonna open it on the full screen, and I'm gonna do ipconfig/all. Now I'm expecting to see two network interfaces. Okay, this is the first internet interface. By the way, it says Ethernet here, you see, and it says adapter Ethernet. The next one, which at the moment I have, how do we call this address? How do we call this address? I don't like this type of names. I would like to name them, me to know which one is which one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I will click here right on this. Go open networking sharing center. Then I'll go to change adapter settings. Now here there are Ethernet and Ethernet 2. If I'm not sure, I could click twice of them. I could do details, and I could check the physical address. You see the physical address, 9F30. It's for Ethernet. I could check it back here. Well, I need to do something just to move it a little bit, obviously, down. So I could move this a little bit. So to see here, here's the hardware address of this Ethernet. I'll click twice again. Oops. I just move it a little bit down. I'll do details. Well, it's the same IP. It's the same MAC address. Okay. So what I could do now, basically, I could change the name of this guy, because this guy facing the internet. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call it. Actually, I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna do rename. It doesn't affect anything. It's just helping me when I see these two to know which one is which one. And I'm gonna say internet. You could call it also external. Okay, internet. And I'm gonna call the other one. I'm gonna call it internal one, int one. Okay, because we're gonna have int two. Remember, we're gonna have internal two on the next computer. So that's all. I know which one is which one now. Actually, if I close this and if I open it again, I do believe it will show the same thing. So I do ipconfig all again. Okay. And it shows, yeah, here it is. Ethernet adapter internet is called now, as you see, and the other one is called int1. Okay, so it reflects whatever I just did. Now, you see my IP version 4 address of this network. It's 10.02.28. It's getting it from the VirtualBox. So now I could remove the X from here. I could remove the X here. And I could put .28. Right? I know already which one is which one. I'm gonna check the .1 as well, just to be sure that that's the one. What I need to look for is the default gateway, right? And here it is. The default gateway is 10.0.2.1. The small DHCP server which is there, you see, even I could put even this IP address. It's 10.0.2.3. And if I want, I don't need it, but you know, just for the sake of we to know what we're doing, 10.0.2.3. There it is. So this one is 28, 10.02, 28, and this one is 10.01. That's my default gateway, 10.021. Any questions? Now the other interface, which facing on the other side, at the moment there is no IP address. I need to configure it. So let's finish first the schema. And I'm going to start the second computer now. Well, before do this, actually, let's ping the Google. Let's ping Google, just to be sure that we have connectivity. And here it is, we have connectivity. And the interesting thing here is we have also connectivity by name, which means I have a DNS in place. And when I do once again ipconfig all, well, let's CLS first to clear the scroll back, and then do ipconfig all. Here's our DNS. Here, I have two DNS servers. These are the school DNS servers. Because the VirtualBox works with the DHCP, this small DHCP there, it's giving also the DNS. It knows it from my computer, because the VirtualBox is part of my computer. It knows the DNS of the school from my computer, and it's sending it here. That's why this guy here is able to access internet. It's connecting to these guys, asking them for which IP address the google.com has, and afterwards is accessing. This one we're going to do tomorrow. DHCP and DNS, we're going to go through very, very deeply on this, and you're going to understand how. Questions? Now the next thing, we start now the second computer. Well, before actually I could change I go right click on the desktop, do personalize, and I'll choose, instead of picture, I'll choose a solid color, and I'm going to choose one of these colors. I'll choose this one. I'm going to choose all of my computers with different colors, so to know which one is at least visual. Okay. Something else I'll do, I'll click here on Find Settings. I'll write down power, and I'll click Enter. It will find out the power settings, and you're going to see why I'm using this. I just don't want my screen to be shut down. That's why I'm doing it. So let's do again power here. Most probably it's when you choose, you see on battery power, turn off after 5 minutes. I'll say never. I don't want to turn off the screen. And when plugged in, the same thing. I'll do never. I don't want this to happen. And I'm going to close it. And that's all. But that's optional, guys. It's not necessarily to do it if you don't want. For me, it's just a little bit easier to work with. Now, I'll open the next computer. Let's just double check again the settings on the next one. We call it server 2, and when we go to the network, adapter 1 is on the int. Well, it's called intnet actually. We call it the int, okay? And the adapter 2 is on the internal network, intnet 2, okay? So let's go and do just a second. Me to, oops, sorry. To check this guy here. Once again, what was the name? It's called Internet, the one, and the other one is called int1, right? That's what I want to check. Int like over there, right? So, okay. So let's do the second one now. So we start the second server, and we wait a little bit until it's on. Now I'm gonna log into the server 2. The input, keyboard, and insert Control Delete. Put the same password as usual. Click Enter. We have it. We have the server manager here. Now, first, once again, I'm just gonna do the cosmetic thing here, so everyone to be able to see. I'll open the CMD and I'll pin it. Here it is, the command prompt. I will pin it to the desktop, to the taskbar. I'm sorry. Then I will change the desktop color, personalize, if you remember. Very, very good. I'll write down here power. As soon as I see the power settings, I'll choose them. Power and sleep settings. I'll remove, once again, I'll do never for all of them. Once again, it's not mandatory, this thing. I'll close it. And now I'll do IP config. /all. Now I see the MAC addresses, as you see, and now I see the IP addresses everywhere, right? Here it is, the same thing for the first. That's the adapter Ethernet, and this is the adapter Ethernet 2. So let's change the names at least. We to know which one is which one. So I'll move this a little bit. I'll do change adapter settings. Actually, I don't need this anymore. And I'm gonna go in here. Well, by default, the Ethernet will be this one, but I just would like to be sure, right? So I'll open this, I'll go details. And when I see F38B, well, I know this one is this one. So this guy, now I need to know which one is this one. So the F38B, I need to check it in my machine itself. Which one is it, int1 or it's int2? Which exactly it corresponds, okay? So I'll go to the machine now. I'll do settings. I'll move this a little bit down. I'll go to the network. I'll click advanced, and here it is, F38B. That's adapter 1, F38B. So as you see, this is internet 1 or int1. So this one will face the server ones on the left side. Okay, that's how I find it. So I'll do OK on this, or do cancel. And I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna call this int1. And obviously the other one will be int2. There is no other choice, right? So I'll right click on this one, I'll rename it, and I'll say int2. Then I'm gonna close it. I'll close this guy and I'll open it again. And now I'm expecting to see when I do ipconfig all. I'm expecting, oops, I'm sorry. I'm expecting to see the names changed already. Here it is. This is int1 and this is int2. Okay? Now, the int1, well, actually, if I check int1 here, let's check this one. Even though it's automatic IP address, well, it's an IP address which is on the same network with this one on the left side now. So int1, I'm supposed to be able to ping it from one computer to the other. Let's check this. It's pingable. The other one, even though it's automatically assigned IP address. Okay? So that shows that the both interfaces now are connected. That's what it shows. The both interface on that side. This one from the server one and this one from which I just pinged, both are connected. Even though still the IP address is not what I expect. They are already connected. So I could create on both of them. I could create now the interfaces. Okay, I would create the interfaces, and we check again. So I'll go here. Obviously, we could create by the command prompt, but we're not going to do it here. You're going to do a lot of this on Linux. Okay, so here's change the adapter settings. Here's the int1. I'm going to click. I'll do properties. We said we need to stop the IP version 6. We're going to stop it. We click on Internet Protocol version 4 twice, and here it is. I need to fill this thing. So that's my server one. That's server one. So that means my IP address will be 10.0.1.1, right? This address. This is server one, and this is int1. So this is this interface. So it will be it will be 10.0.1.1. Okay? So I'm going to put 10.0.1.1. I'll click use the following IP address. I'll do 10. You move, if you have less than 3 symbols, you move with space. So I'll click space. 0, 1, 1. The default subnet mask will be 255, but I'm going to put the other ones. So again, with the, I'll do 255. 255. And I don't, well, in that case, I don't need a default gateway. I'm not, well, even if I try to do it, it will give me an error, as I mentioned, right? Because it doesn't allow to have 2 default gateways. So I'm going to leave it like this. I don't need a DNS server at the moment either. So I'm gonna do OK on this. Okay, I'll do OK again. I'll close it. I'll close this thing, and I'll wait now. I'll open the CMD. I'll do CLS, and I'll wait. I'll come on this one. Okay, I'll do CLS here too to clear it. I'll open my interfaces here. Right click, open Network and Sharing Center. And then I will go change adapter settings. I'll open int one, click twice. Properties. I'll navigate. Stop IP version 6 as before. Well, it's stopped already. I'll click twice on IP version 4 here. And I'll do use the following IP address. This time I'm going to use the other address. That's server 2, the right interface. So I'm going to write down 10, 0, 1, 2. The same thing with the subnet mask 255, 255, 255, 0. Well, now I could put a gateway. If I would like to go to internet, which will be my default gateway in that case? What I need to put here? 10, 0, 1, 1. That will be my default gateway to get to the internet. That's how I'm going to get it. Okay? And I'm going to do OK. I'll do OK again. And I'll close it. Okay, it's finding now the network, right? It's finding the network because both of them, they see each other now. I'll do yes when I see this. Okay, I'll close this thing. And now I could ping. I could ping on that side 10.0.1.1. Awesome. Here it is, the reply. On that side, I'll ping 10.0.1.2. Same thing, no problem. Now, let's ping from this guy. Let's ping the other interface, which is no 10.0.2.28. Okay, so let's do ping 10.0.2.28. Well, it doesn't do anything. Why? It doesn't know the route, guys. It doesn't know how to get there. It's not directly connected. Well, we need at least either dynamic routing, which will say where it is, or we statically needs to do the route. That will be the next step. So I cannot access it. It's the same if I ping. I'll do Control-C to stop this. If I ping the Google, because it's even further. Okay, it doesn't know how to get there. There is nothing written there, so to get there. So first I'll ping Google 8.8.8. That's one of the Google's public DNS servers. They're acceptable all the time. Same thing. There will be no reply here. If I do it on this computer, well, no problem at all, guys. We ping it by name, by IP address, it will fly. Okay? Well, we'll stop it here again. Lastly, if I ping by name, well, there is no sense because if it's not pinged by IP address, by name, it's far more uncommon. But just to do it, to be sure, here it is. Ping cannot find it, and it replies right away like this because there is no DNS server which says this. It doesn't know which computer to ask how to find out this IP address. But okay? We'll fix all of this one by one. So we're going to start pinging from every interface, anyone else. At certain point, we're going to start pinging 8.8.8.8, and then we're going to be able to ping the google.com as well. So I will minimize this thing. And very fast, I'll open the third one.